right. Just getting set up here. How's it going, everybody? Let me refresh this. All right. It's kind of bright today. Chris, welcome to the stream, man. How's it going? All right, so let's see. Just getting started. Music. What's up, Sparky? Haznoku. How's it going? Hazonku. Sorry about that. All right, this is where we left off last week. Hope you guys had a good week. I had a crazy week because I have two sons and their birthdays are right next to each other, August 1st and August 2nd. So instead of birthdays, it's like birth weeks, or birth week. And today we went to the zoo, so I'm kind of slow and tired from the heat and the walking around today. So forgive me if I'm not quite crazy. What's up, Curious Art Fox? How's it going? I don't know where my music went. Is it just in the middle of something quiet? I'm gonna check. I don't know. I'm gonna fast forward it. There we go. Okay, let me know if this is if the music's too loud or crazy. Please. Okay. So today I thought I would merge all of this together and start smoothing it out and working on the body and the face and start to block out some of this stuff. So, yeah, yes. So we didn't do anything Monday, and we're going up to my parents' house tomorrow. So it's crazy plans. What's going on? Welcome to the stream, man. Alright. And I'm borrowing Joe Pickup's music, So Much Monsters. I'm tapping into his music stream that's copyright free, so just wanting to try it a little bit. Turn it down just a bit. Just for some ambience. Okay, yeah. A little loud. I don't like the... Okay, let's try that. Alright. So, what I usually do is duplicate this guy off and hide the original. And then I will use Dynamesh Master. Dynamesh Master. This is a great plugin written by Joseph Drust, and I can never remember the second guy that helped him out. Oh, gotta make sure dynamic is turned off. Actually, I'm gonna apply that. There we go. I always forget. That's better? Okay, cool. Turn it up to my ears. There we go. Rabid Monkey, how's it going? Welcome. Alright, I was wondering if I'd get anybody visiting me tonight since I had to postpone it. That's why I postponed it, by the way, is because two of my boys had birthdays this week. So, okay. I'm going to go find my smooth more. Let's see. Brush, smooth stronger. I love smooth stronger. I used to have it on my interface, and I took it off just because when I give away my interface for free, usually people don't really... Okay, this is too loud again. Okay. So, when I gave away my brushes in my interface, and I put the smooth stronger on my interface, I don't know why, but it wouldn't come along for the ride, so there would just be a big gaping hole in my UI where the Smooth Stronger would be, and I had to do an entire lesson on how to make that brush appear. So I decided just to take it out and then just, you know, grab it on my own. So how is everybody doing tonight? It's still too strong. On a Thursday evening. I wasn't in that good of a mood to sculpt tonight, but you know, it's nice because it gets me going, you know? It's like, you know what? You're gonna sculpt anyway. You're gonna like it. So I'm glad to be sculpting. It's good. Gets me doing something rather than, you know, sitting on the couch playing Mass Effect or something. That's what I was doing earlier today. Sounds like Despicable Me soundtrack. Your sub button just went live, so you're working on emotes. Oh, nice, nice. I've been wondering if I should take the time to become a, what is it called on Twitch when you can get subscribers? That's cool. Yeah, big congrats. That's a big deal. It's hard to do. Oh, you know what? Dang it. I wasn't going to Dynamesh these shoe parts on here, so sorry about that, guys. I'm just gonna rewind a little bit and do it again. There we go. So, because I don't want these shoe parts to be part of the model. And I wasn't paying attention. See, that's what happens when you're tired from walking around the zoo. Did that not work? Oh, that's why I need to delete the lower subdivision levels. There we go. $3 a.m. in the UK. Holy cow, man. You gotta go to bed. What's going on? Okay, let's Dynamesh this guy one more time. There we go. So, oh, 11 p.m. in Buenos Aires. Wow. Welcome to the stream from Buenos Aires. Wow. Oh, put in the hours. How many hours do they require? I mean, just this Pixelogic stream is enough for me. I mean, obviously I had to postpone it 2 days. So, what do they want? Ah, yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there, X-Fighter. Keep sculpting. Because I have my own Twitch stream too, and obviously I'm never on there because I'm just busy doing other stuff, working on my course, hanging out with the fam, you know, all that stuff. But I'd like to. I like this part of the process where you can see all of your hard blockout work come to fruition. And as you can see, it didn't take very long to block it out and then smooth it out. And then I'm just basically looking for smoothing out the transitions, you know. I don't know what's going on with these feet yet. They look like drips, like your feet melted in the sun. Not really looking like feet. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Has. You get free criticism, whether you want it or not, right? That's good. People are usually cool. How's my voice volume tonight? Is it okay? I'm always worried about it. When I flipped my camera, the other stream, I think my camera was flipped, so it looked like I was left-handed. Not that it matters, but I'm right-handed. Curious. Doing good. Oh, hey Cody, what's up, man? Yay, finally caught it. You know, I never post it in the I don't know. I don't want to bug people too much in the course. So with the course, there's a private Facebook group, and there's an awful lot of awesome art going on in there. And I post things once in a while. Critiques and what have you. Okay, thanks, Mr. Schizo. That's a cool name. Thank you very much. Sound like Elvis. Thank you very much. And Cody, I cannot believe the amount of work you've been putting out. Where do you find the time? Oh, that's cool. I like watching Photoshop streams. If you forget to turn on symmetry, is there a way to get it back if I move parts of the mesh around? Yes, there's a couple ways to do it. So answer me this question first. Is it a Dynamesh or is it a dynamic subdivision or dynamic, like one of these guys? Does it have subdivision levels? And if so, like how high, how many, that sort of thing. But that will determine which fix you do. Oh, no. Yeah, that kind of helps, right? Yeah, that's cool. I'm just using this fill brush. And then see where there's these holes that Dynamesh makes? If you ever see that, all you need to do is get that inflate brush and just kind of inflate those holes and then hit Dynamesh master again. And then it'll close them right up and you can smooth them right out. See ya, holes. This is a little too... Ashen Creatures, what's up? How's it going? No subs and no Dynamesh. Okay, so like just a blockout mesh, that's the easiest. Is it pretty low? Your mesh pretty low? Ashen, I'm a bit tired today, honestly. I've just been telling everyone that it's my two sons' birthdays, August 1st and 2nd, and so it's like back-to-back birthdays. So it turns into like birthday week. Head to go. I love the new gizmo. Absolutely love it. Your name's spelt the same way? Yeah, there's not enough Shanes in this world. That's cool. Like Shane Glines too. Shane Glines. Just making these shoulders a little... Yeah, it's low. Okay. Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by if you're only here for a second. Let's see. So I'm going to pop back to this sphere, right? And I'm going to show you two things really quick. So let's take a look. And we're going to turn off symmetry and pretend like if you have this side and you're working on like this, all you need to do is use mirror and weld, and then it'll pop that back. And what that does is it takes this side, flips it, and welds it down the center. And that's great because sometimes you'll get the center off like this. Then if you do a mirror and weld, then you get one of these going on. So if you get one of those going on, all you have to do is drag it to the opposite side because it always copies from the left to the right. So all you have to do is push it to the right hand side, and then it'll copy it over and it'll fix your mirroring. So let's say you did this and you want this side. Well, then all you have to do is mirror it, and you can use it here. I should use the actual buttons instead of my menu, but you just go down to deformation and do a mirror, just a regular mirror, and then it'll flip it, and then you can do a mirror and weld like that. Or, so that's one way. If your mesh is a little more dense, let's see, let me kill these subdivision levels. It's a little more dense like this. What you can do is, like, let's say I have some, I just have some stuff going on over here. Some sculpting, and I'm like, oh, dang it, I forgot to turn on mirror. I want this stuff over here, right? And what you can do is you can just mask off the stuff you want, and then use deformation, and then use smart resim right here. Just hit that, and it'll copy it over to the other side. And you can do that just very localized. So just mask that little portion, hit smart resim, and it'll do it, but it actually averaged these two out. Do you see that? So this was before. See how high it is? And when you mirror it, it's gonna, like, if I don't have any mask on at all and I hit smart resim, that's gonna average out both sides. See that? So that's why you want to mask the side you want to protect. And with smart resim, it doesn't matter if it's on that side or if it's on the other side. Let's see. So if it's on this side, you can hit smart resim, or you can mask this side and hit it, and it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is if you're gonna do a mirror and weld. Does that make sense? So mirror and weld only works from left to right, screen left to screen right. So hope that helps. Mirroring is a bugger. Like, symmetry is hard to manage sometimes. And if you get your entire model off of the center, you can just grab it and push it over as close to center as possible, and then do a mirror and weld. You can do that too. So, all right. So I'm just kind of looking at these shapes and just kind of getting an idea of how they're going to blend together. Like this pocket down in here. And if I want to run that neck muscle down, or just leave it. See, I don't know. Sometimes it just depends on how simple you want to go. And I'm sorry, my camera is hooked to my big microphone that's hooked to my desk that's hooked to my tablet. So when I get sculpting, it shakes my camera. I just noticed, I was watching my stream back just to kind of see how the audio levels and stuff were, and I'm like, oh man, my camera's shaking. Let's see, that's a little too much. Let's see. Episode 13, and got notice where you live? Yes, X Tim Dan, my usual time is Tuesdays. Thursdays will not be the norm. Tuesdays will be the norm. The reason I pushed it off till Thursday is because my son's birthday was on Tuesday, and we went out on the town, so I was not available. That's all. And why did I remove the clay buildup brush from my menu? that's a personal thing. I just didn't use it as much, so I'm probably gonna put it back on though. I use it enough, so I only have so much space down here, you know, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna add the snake hook brush because I use that more. I'm adding this chisel brush, and I pulled out one of the brushes that kind of look like it, you know. I just don't have the space. I do personally on my, but since I give away my user interface, I have to think about like everybody that's going to be using it as well. And I'm like, does it get used enough? I don't know. So you tell me if you like it. Maybe I'll put it back in. But the reason I don't use clay tubes as much is because it causes lumps and it causes bumps. It's great for exploring when you're actually sculpting. Like, clay tubes is the most sculpty thing you can do, like when you're sculpting for, you know, just getting loose and going for it. But if you're actually doing a stylized character and you're trying to get it as smooth as possible, the clay tubes is kind of your enemy unless you're exploring. So, oh, Ashton, thanks. I haven't had this too long. This is only a couple months old, so it's I like it. It works out. I got it at this local place called Zydax. So I don't know if you can see that. I'll pop it down a little bit so you can see it a little more. A couple GeForce cards and stuff, and yeah, it's fun. And it renders nicely. It's beefy enough that I can push keyshot pretty easily with it. Yeah, SLI, a couple of 1080s, I think they're called. The specs, it's an AMD 1800, I think, or is it called Ryzen chip? I'm a NVIDIA guy, so this is the first AMD chip I've got, and it was my buddy Matt Thorup. He got one. He recommended it, so I'm like, all right, I'll do it, Matt. So I did. It's a good recommendation. These are good. It has a lot more cores. So 17. I think this is a 17. I can't remember why I got a 17, but I need to say that because I was looking at a lot of them. And I think I put in 64 megs of RAM, I think, because it was cheap. The RAM I got was pretty cheap, so I'm like, all right, stick it in there. Let's do it. Yeah, Matt Thorup. He streams on here too. He's going to be streaming this month, actually. He's back. He took a break for a while, but now he's back. Oh, what? No, do what? The multi-threading? You got to show me this. So what's it under? Baby's first puke. That's the best name. Yep, Redbeard. His stuff. Okay. Let's see. It's under maybe performance. Max thread 16. Yeah. It's going. Yeah. I think it's going. Yeah, I think it's on by default. It just kind of sees what's there and kicks them up. All right. I'm not a fan of this transition from the hip up right here. So I think I pushed that torso way too narrow. So I'm gonna come in here and blow it out a little bit. Oh, you hit the test multi-thread? I will do that when I'm not streaming. I don't want to break the stream doing that. But thank you very much for the tip. That's awesome. I'll check it out. Okay. Also, I wanted to ask you guys, I don't know if you can see. It's pretty fast. Oh, I just don't want it to, like, maybe it'll hiccup or something, you know, and kind of, I don't want it to break it, but I will check it out for sure. Okay. So, what was I doing? 3 a.m. No kidding. Holy cow. Oh. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, I was going to ask you guys. Where is it? So I have this reference that I love. I found this. Have you guys seen this reference? So this is really cool. It's a stylized anatomy reference. So Cycra's simplified anatomy model. It's really, really cool. And I was thinking about modeling it out. It's way more detailed than I usually block stuff out, but it's got some really cool stuff going on, and it's not anatomically correct or anything like that. It's not perfect anatomy, but it's, you know, it's exactly what I think about when I'm modeling out my characters. So when I block out my characters, I block them out a lot more simple than this, but I kind of want to take it to this level just to kind of get it in my head as an exercise. And I was wondering if you guys would want to watch me do that if I ever wanted to do that or not. Would it be interesting or not? So that's my little poll. And of course I'd get the permission of Cycra to do that. Yeah? You guys interested in that? Rabbit monkey. I know. So good. So good. It's really cool. Really cool. So, hold on one second. Okay, I just gotta make sure that. Okay. You watch me model a sphere. Get out. No, thank you very much. Oh, that makes me laugh. Thank you. Very funny. Okay, I'm gonna clean up this hand just a bit, because it's looking gimpy. Gimpy. I'm gonna hide it. There we go. Yep, stylized sphere. Super smooth. All the polys. I like to build stuff up and build it up and break it down. It's a little too heavy. Let's try a 10. Oh, plural site. Yeah, I did. I have 4 tutorials on there. Back when it was Digital Tutors, I did a couple. They're way outdated. You don't want to watch those. But yeah, it's kind of nice to do back in the day. I don't know how they're doing these days. Oh, you did? Which one? Like the golfer head? So many people watched that one, I couldn't believe it. Like 40,000 people, I think. Alright, this music's gotta go. High-pitched repeating is not my fave. Yeah. Cool. It's a good deal. The subscription is a good deal. Usually a company will get a company subscription so any of the employees can watch it. I've learned a lot of stuff on there, for sure. And Noman's videos. Even some of the Linda stuff isn't too bad, you know? You didn't like the transition? Is it just their interface and stuff? The usability of it? Oh yeah, Michael Palpovich. He's so good. So good. You know, with Michael, I don't know how he can talk so fast without saying the uhs and the ums and that business. I'm so bad at it. Yeah, he does. He does stream on his own. But I've talked to him several times and he's really, really good. I was hoping he'd come out to the ZBrush Summit this year, but he's not. I think he's back east somewhere. X Tim then. Yeah, it's not backwards compatible, unfortunately. Sometimes I don't like to put this knuckle crease in there until after I've posed her, or him, whoever it is. But I just wanted these hands to not look so blobby, I guess. Pushing this in a little bit. Who followed you on Twitter? Michael or who? Oh, Tim and I was okay. Let me catch up on these. So you watched this the Scientist? That one wasn't the best one. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, the bird was the worst. So I apologize to anybody who watched the bird one. That was not good. I was in a hurry. I needed the money. I was down on my luck. No, it was fine. Alright, this hand is looking kind of weird. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Tickles Pickles, welcome to the stream. Let's see, if you, okay, X Fighter, if you made it into an OBJ, could you open it in 4R8? The only way you could open it in 4R8 is if you didn't have any subdivision levels. If you have subdivision levels on there, that's a whole process that you'd have to go through. So you could get it to 407, but you would have to do load in your high, you know, export your high as an OBJ, export your low as an OBJ, and then after you've exported your low, then you bring it in and then you subdivide it up to as many polygons as you need and then project that back onto your high. So it's kind of a process, and you'd have to do that with every single part that had subdivision levels. So yeah, probably not. Probably not. Dan Rorty. Yeah, Dan's awesome. Let's see. You can start with Sculptress, that's fine, but you don't get subdivision levels. It's just kind of a rough sculpt. But it's fun, it's very exploratory. So, you can do that. This arm is looking like a zombie arm. I need to make it not look like a zombie arm. just inflating it a bit. Give it some more meat. Not malnourished. So, yeah, X-Fighter, it is possible. It is possible. It's just a pain in the butt. You know, how much do you need it in there? And you have to have 4R8 in order to export all of those levels as well. So, just depends. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna have to do this in her pose, but see how round her shoulder is. And Shane Glines loves to do this with his drawings. Is these nice round shoulders. Same with, yeah, there's a lot of artists that'll do that. This is looking too much anatomy going on back here too. And this, let's see, Jessica Rabbit's back is really crazy shaped. Like it goes woo, way. Like if you ever notice in the cartoon itself, like in the film, her back is so like thick. It's crazy. Oh, okay. 4/8 at work. Yeah, that's kind of tough. Yeah, you could ZBrush Core. ZBrush Core doesn't really. It depends on what you're doing with it, like what your goal is, you know. But ZBrush Core is a fantastic idea. It's great. It's a great deal. Great way to work your way up. Okay. Now I'm going to separate her head right at the base of her neck. The reason I want to do that is because I want more resolution in the head. I can do that if I do this. Whoop. I'm just making different poly groups from the head and the body. Then I can split groups. Okay, so the head is separate now. Yeah, she was a lot of dudes' crushes, including myself. Alright, I'm just going to clean this up. Then let's insert. Notice I'm not standing today either. I'm just too tired. It's been a long day. Okay. Split unmask points. Turn on transparent and just kind of get these eyes in place. First, what I like to do is I like to get them in there without touching in the middle, but a lot of times I have to overlap them because they get so huge. I have to overlap them, especially if it's like a cartoon animal character. They'll overlap on the inside of the head, which is a pain to rig, but it ends up looking pretty nice in the end. Just gonna subdivide those a couple times, and then I'm just gonna work on the eye shape itself. Now, Jessica Rabbit's eyes are crazy. They have the biggest eyelids of any character known, I think. Her eyelids are crazy. Have you ever seen, I'm trying to remember her name. Oh, she's a judge on America's Got Talent. She was married to Seal. What is her name? She's known for some crazy costumes when it comes to Halloween. And she did a Jessica Rabbit once, and she got in some really really crazy makeup. I think it was okay for what it was, but she's just trying to get those giant eyes and those giant... Yeah, Heidi Klum, I think? Yeah. I think you're right, Chris. If you do a Google search for Jessica Rabbit, she comes up. Jessica Rabbit Heidi, probably. And you'll see. It's crazy. I need to pull up a few more references. Yeah, it was for sure the best Jessica costume ever. I agree with that. But it was still, Jessica's so weird. Like, her proportions and everything are so bizarre that it's hard to even try to make a real person look like that. Let's see. Okay, so I'm putting some references on my other monitor here of her face. Oh, where did it go? my Windows Explorer just disappeared, just decided to go away. Come on. Okay. Sorry, you guys. XSplit only shows ZBrush. It's really weird. It won't show anything I have overlaying on top of it. So, yeah, those eyelashes, or those eyelids are crazy. Okay. Yeah, the costume. ZZ Craft, how's it going? Yeah, get back to ZBrush. What is this? I think I am going to make these eyes bigger. And the reason why, look at this from the side. See how bulgy this is? You don't want that bulge. And how you get away from that is you make them bigger. So I'm going to center it in the mass. And then I'm going to cross the middle line. Make them bigger. And it's going to look crazy, I know. Trust me. Okay. Alright, thanks for stopping by, Ashen. I'm not using my custom gizmo. I could. Let me see. Have you guys seen it? I was dinking around with a custom gizmo. Let's see if I can show you guys. Yeah, this one. I made this one. Just for fun, just to try it out. I call it my minimalist gizmo. See ya. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. So now what I'm thinking about is, yep, minimal gizmo. Minimo. Yeah, it kind of does a little bit. So basically what this is, the ring is screen space, the square is move in screen space, and then scale, and then these are move, and then rotate, and then arrows. And if you guys want this one, it's included with my, I don't advertise it because it's not like I'm like, hey, go get this awesome gizmo. It's just another gizmo. It's not super cool. So anyway, I give it away with my brushes and UI. So if you go to my website, this 3dcharacterworkshop.com, and download my latest UI for ZBrush 4R8, it will come with this gizmo if you want to play with it. Yeah, you're right. Hazanku, that's correct. She went the farthest that I've ever seen anybody as far as looking like her. And have you seen the Photoshop? Somebody took like a realistic face and pushed it into Jessica's proportions of her face. It looks so crazy. But it actually, that's kind of how it is. It's weird. Okay. All right, we're back to bzz, bzz, bzz. I need to switch it. Okay, let's try this. All right, that's a better beat, I think. Yeah, the character would look scary. Christina Hendricks. Okay, let's get back to this. Anyway, what I was trying to decide is if I wanted to make these eyelids separate, because usually what I'll do, and you've seen me do it on the pirate girl, is I will build it up. So that is one thing I use clay tubes for, and I'll just build it up like, you know, whatever, something like that. But with this one, since it's such a part of her and they're so apparent, they're not just these small little eyelids tucked back, I think I want to make them separate. So I'm going to duplicate these eyes, then I'm going to clip them. Let's solo this. I'm going to use a clip curve. Now I'm going to scale them. Let's see where that gizmo is sitting. There we go. Oh, they're so crazy. Okay. And then I'm gonna see if I can get the shape in with the head. Normally I just grab the eyelid and just pull it up into space because it's so tall. It really it really is. Let me see if I can give you an idea of how tall it is. Yeah, this isn't, I don't think this is gonna work. Would I ever use a curved tubes brush for eyelids and lashes? Not lashes. I don't think a long time ago I did, if you've seen my tutorial with the frog, I did with the frog. I just laid it kind of a tube over its eyelid and made it into an eyelash, but I usually don't. That's not something I normally do. I usually just, like I did with the pirate girl, I'll just draw them out. So I'm just going to duplicate these eyelids because I want to try stuff. And but I want to keep the original eyelids. I'm going to physically pull these up in space because they're so bizarre. No, they're just really. Here, let me open the reference so you can see it. I'll pull it in here so you can see. I think that's the only way I can do it. So you can see what I'm talking about, the reference I'm looking at. See that? Okay. So, see how closed her eye is. I am going to model it in an expression. I normally don't, but since Jessica is pretty much in this expression her entire time, she's always in this like bedroomized pose always, I'm going to. So I'm kind of breaking some of the traditional things that I do. So I guess it's not that tall. So I typically model the eyes open, and that goes against some film models. And the reason why is interesting because and I'm not quite sure because I haven't worked in film. I just have some friends that work in film, and I think they model the character with the eyes open first, and then close them, and then give them to the riggers. Like if you see like the characters from Ratatouille, they're all standing there in a T-pose with their eyes closed, like a Pixar. And with games, when you get the character to be so low res, you only have a few points, and you only have a few bones to manipulate those points. So it's much harder to get a nice eye shape with opening the eye back up and getting those points where you need them to be. So it's better to model the eyes open for a game and then close them in the game with the rig. Even though the games, because the games when they blink or they shut their eyes, they're far away and you can't really see if it's not a perfectly tight closed eyelid, whereas in a film you would. And also in a film you get blend shapes and things like that, where in games you typically don't. So usually I'll model them open. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, I'm going to introduce subdivision levels back to this face. It's still a Dynamesh right now. And do I want to do that? I'm trying to decide. See how quickly I can smooth this down. Yeah, so see how I have Smooth Stronger turned on, and I have my Z intensity turned all the way up, and it's still taking me a while to, I want to smooth these eyebrows down, and it's just kind of taken forever. So oh, he's showing Matt's back row. Yeah, he did an awesome job with that. It's funny how everybody works differently too. It's really nice to, you know, with ZBrush you have all the options to just work however you want. Because I used to work with Matt at Disney Interactive, and he typically did things different than I did, and it was the same with Ian Jacobs and Brad Bolender and Brian Allen, all the guys that I worked with, and they all did things differently. Yeah, and that's Tim Dan. That's the same thing with streaming, right? I mean, I don't show it when it's done, you get to see the entire process. So I'm just like, well, if it's gonna be crappy, it's gonna be crappy, and you're gonna see it. Yep, total Valley of the Suck. But this is more like the long expanse of the suck, because you get to see the whole thing. The Grand Canyon of the suck. I don't really know what her nose looks like from the side, so I just have to guess. Alright, sorry, I gotta drink my coffee tonight. Let's see, sometimes you gotta let it suck. Yes, that's true. You just gotta work through it. That's the thing. I can't see your name because it's white. I'm gonna highlight. Skelly Swan. Okay, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. All right. Yes, with ZBrush there are so many ways to do things. So don't be like, oh, I'm not doing it right. It's just the way you know how to do it, and the way you can push through it and work through it at that time, at that current space in time, that is the right way, because that's the way you know how to do it. Until you learn a different way, and maybe that way's better. You know, there's no real. This is how to do it. So she only has like nose holes. So how? I'm gonna have to work that out. No worries. It's kind of cool actually. Let's see. Now with her lips, I typically block out the lips too. I typically do not block out the lips. I will take the pinch brush and I'll just come in there and like, you know, kind of run the pinch brush across the break. But with her lips being so unique, I think I might actually block them out. I'm gonna try it. This way it's just way more editable. Let's see. I can't even remember my hotkeys tonight. What's going on? Okay. You know, Tickles Pickles, that is so true, because I have a couple friends, and Michael DeFeo being one of them, and my friend Ryan Peterson. They both come from the traditional sculpting world, okay, and they did not work their way through like the typical 3D path. Excuse me, and so they were not really trained or aware of how it should work, so they just kind of pushed through it the way they thought it could work, you know. Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay. I'm trying to grab that. Okay, now I can. I was trying to grab this arrow to move it, and it kept like flip-flopping, like, no, you're not gonna grab this. I can't grab move. Holy cow. Stop messing with me, ZBrush. There we go. That's funny. Okay. Yeah, it's like, Okay. That's funny. So, it's at first, when I first watched Michael DeFeo work in ZBrush, it was, I knew how I worked in ZBrush, you know, and so when I was first watching him work, I'm like, it was a bit frustrating, you know. I'm like, I wanted to say, no, just do it like this, do it like this. But then when he's done, I mean, he has, you know, if you know Michael DeFeo's work, he's got a masterpiece, you know. So who am I to tell him how to use ZBrush? And yeah, he just kind of works through it and does things his own way. And he'll be the first to tell you that too, you know. He doesn't try to figure out better ways to do it. He just figures out better ways to do his art, which I think you should, you know. Okay. And yeah, I'm totally a ZBrush troller. Hey, why don't you do it this way? I was just trying to, yeah. When I see people struggling with something, I want to help them out, but not be egotistical about it or whatever, you know. I know the best way. None of that. I just wanted to help them out, you know. And it's the same with Ryan Peterson, my friend Ryan. He works for Sideshow Collectibles doing like full-size busts now. He did this full-size bust of Deadpool and one of the Hulk. And he also does ZBrush work. Not as much, but he does ZBrush work. And it's just... Yeah, she's a pacifier. Done. And his work in ZBrush is just as phenomenal as it is in real life. And he just doesn't... He's not a ZBrush master or anything. He's a sculpting master, you know? So it's really interesting to watch people like that have the training but not the ZBrush knowledge, you know? There you go. Double lips. There's some sculptors I would love to see get into ZBrush that aren't yet. Ooh, now I got my smooth turned up way too much. Or did you guys look it up? Or look up Ryan Peterson Deadpool. Look up that. Do you think you could do the reverse of what they do? Oh, so like if I did traditional sculpting, I'd like to think I could, but I haven't tried it. I want to try it. I've actually thought about that after seeing those guys. I'm like, could I get it? So one of my favorite traditional sculptors that I don't think he'll ever get into ZBrush is, now I'm gonna botch his name. Oh my goodness. Hold on. It's gonna bug me. I gotta go find his name. 1 second. 1 second. Darren Marshall. There we go. Okay. Gosh, why was his name escaping me? So Darren Marshall, he helped us out on Disney Infinity. He came to the studio because he was the sculptor on Star Wars Clone Wars, and he just had a really cool style. Really, he could, yeah, I've never seen anybody, well, except for this girl named, now I can't remember her name. Her name's Sue something. Sue. She is on a different level. I'm gonna find her name really fast. And she sculpts in sand too. Sue Beatrice. Okay, I thought, no, yeah, that's her name. Sue Beatrice. So, she sculpts pumpkins and sand and clay, and she makes these little, like, you know, pocket watches, those pocket watches, but she'll take bits of metal and re-sculpt like a little creature inside the pocket watch. She, like S-U-E, Sue Beatrice. And yeah, she's on a completely different level, and she's traditional only as far as I know. just really fun to see her work. I just stalk her on Facebook. She posts her stuff once in a while, like, oh yeah, I just scoped this on the beach for this couple. And then Darren Marshall's work is great. Okay, why? Okay. Oh. What? Did I really? Okay. I made... I did split groups, and Sumerian King. I was wondering if you'd show up. Who are you? Who are you again? Oh, you cracked me up. We're best friends. Sumerian King, we're best friends. You tell her. All right. And thanks and welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming back. Dynamesh in this thing. I better save it. Save it, save it. Yeah, her and the dude that started the whole pumpkin sculpting phase phenomenon. I gotta get me some of those tools he's got. I tried it, man. Sculpting pumpkins the way he does is hard. It's hard. Call me a baby, but it's hard. Now that I get rid of Clay Tube's brush, I'm using it more on this sculpt than I have any other time. So maybe I should bring it back, huh? Start a petition. Bring back Clay Tubes. I do. I saw Ashley using that pure ref thing the other day, and it looked really cool. I just use Spotlight, just like I'm using right now, so it looked really cool. You can save reference boards and everything, huh? That's cool. Okay, I've got to build. This is looking like you know those African sculptures, like those totem pole African sculptures, with the eyes closed and everything. Put some man, this is spotlight. Exactly. Who needs it? Stupid spotlight. Or those masks. Maybe I'm thinking about the masks, not the totem poles. I'm thinking like the Tiki Room. Tiki Room at Disneyland. Those masks with their eyes closed. Alright. Sometimes it won't let you sculpt. Oh, no, you just have to turn off spotlight projection. So, do you know where that is? It is, I'll show you. If you go under brush, and then you go under, is it modifiers? Let's see. Samples. If you go under samples, so brush, samples, it's right here, spotlight projection. If you don't turn that off, then you won't be able to sculpt. You can move stuff with the move brush, but you can't paint or anything like that. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put a little color on here. This pink might be a little too pink, we'll see. Crazy pink. Yeah, pink, pink. No, it's too... I'm gonna start again. Whoa. Okay, that's another thing. If you're gonna eyedrop off your picture, you have to have this ring showing or it won't work. Okay, so it's in here. Just barely off. Okay, there we go. That's better. Then let's grab these eyelids and try to grab this purple color. It's not too bad. There we go. That shows the real color. Okay, and then just like an off-white for these eyes. It's gonna look weird for a while. Yeah, red eyes. Alright, let's pull this in. Too far out there. It's probably too flat. She has a really round face, like super round. And it's hard because you're trying to balance it between, you know, like sexy petite and not. I'm just looking at the distance between her bottom lip and her chin. And then her jawline as it comes up. Let's see. Would you know the best way to make gems? Like you're talking about like square gems, diamonds, and things like that, like different cuts. Is that what you're talking about? Because I would just use the Z modeler and model those, and then use crease on all the edges to get them creased out. But ZBrush does not do transparent very well. What is happening with her lips? Okay. This is what I was talking about earlier. There we go. They got off center somehow. I kind of like them purple and green. Botox brush. What's going on, NLT? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I feel that. Fill it with Botox. Let's see. Sometimes I have no idea how it gets off center. Just smooth it out. Rink. So, conceptual design. Since two of you are wanting to know how to do that, do you want me to show you really quick? I'll show you. So, I'm going to start with a cube. Do you guys know these new primitives in here? Have you seen these? They're so awesome. The inflate brush, yeah, the Botox brush. So, you can do things like, here's a Z modeler. Use the Z modeler much. Let me see. I'm going to delete some of these edges here. Just hold down Alt and delete these edges. So it's just a cube. You're using a reference for a gem. Okay, I'll do a square gem first. So let's shorten this guy, and then if you click on, if you hold down Alt and click on this little Google Maps guy, so it says go to unmasked mesh center. The bottom of it is masked, so this bottom portion is masked, and the top portion is not. So I'm just going to scale that top in like this. Then unmask everything, and then just scale it in one direction so it's like one of those rectangular gems. Then all you have to do, honestly, this is, you can just hit crease and then edge loop complete, or you know, just whatever. You can go, or you can go to polygons. Let's see, is there a crease under polygons? Yes. So you can crease polygons and just say polygroup all. And just click it, and what that's going to do is just crease everything. But before that, I want to get, that would make an extremely crisp edge, like super sharp edge. So instead of doing that, what you can do is you can turn down the crease level. And that's under geometry, crease, and crease level. You can turn it down to like a 3 or a 4 before creasing. So let's put it to a 3 so you can see it. And then let's do that function again, crease all. So that puts a crease in everything. Now if I subdivide, I can just hit Control D a few times. So it's up to 4. It'll start letting go of that crease. There it goes. See that? Goes again. I'll hide this so you can kind of see it, but it's not very sharp and gem-like, so that's more gem-like. Okay, so but if you want to add bevels to all these edges, like real bevels, not just creases, you can just go in here, and I'm getting rid of the subdivision levels, and then you can just bevel. It's the same thing. I guess you can do it with, let's see, bevel, single poly, or polygroup all. Let's just see what it does. See that? And that'll just bevel and give you all those really cool shapes. And you can do the same thing if you had, like, insert multi-edge loop. I'm just going to put one right here. Well, that's a trick for you guys. If you want to get this cut in the exact center of your shape, if you just choose insert single edge loop, I'm not exactly sure how to do that to get it right in the center. But if you choose insert multi-edge loops but only put one in there, it puts it right in the center. So that's kind of a trick I found. And I want to mask this off, invert the mask, and then make it more of like a diamond shape or something. And then group everything together, and then do the same bevel polygroup all. So there you go. That's kind of like the top of a diamond. Does that make sense? Is that kind of what you're looking for? So it's all faceted and crazy. Sorry, my eyes are all dried out tonight. Need to put water on them. Let me see if I missed anything. If I missed any of your questions, just throw them in there again. Say, hey, look over here. Okay, using reference right now. Yeah, it's going to be uploaded to Pixelogic, their YouTube channel. So trying to add a fall off to a curve multi-tubes brush has no effect. It works fine with other curve brushes. Yeah, conceptual design, no problem. I'm glad that was what you were looking for. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. So blends, I'm trying to understand what your question is. Are you trying to add a fall off to a curve? So are you talking about in the stroke, like under modifiers, like this curve fall off right here? Like the stroke curve? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, this is a problem. And how you fix this? I was just showing these guys earlier. How you fix this, if something happens like this, I use mirror and weld. And what you need to do is you need to pull the center line over to the right hand side. So then when you do a mirror and weld, it will fix it. I'll show you. I'm going to hide it just so I can grab all of this offensive stuff. I turned off activate symmetry. I'm going to pull it over here, unhide the other bit, and then mirror and weld. Boom. Oh, it looks like it might have messed up my green. I put a little tiny sliver in my green. So I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to move the green over as well. Just going to push that over to the right, unhide it, mirror and weld. There we go. So that's how you fix symmetry if you have problems. Using the curve multi-tube brush, curve modifier in stroke has no effect. I think... hold on a second. That's clay tubes. B, C, so curve tube brush. This multi-tube, this guy, right, that does this. Okay, so when you go to stroke, I think you're right. I think it's just the nature of that brush itself. But that's weird. It should. I don't know. I wish Steve James would know. He pops in here every once in a while, and he would know why it's not working. Because based on this modifier right here, it should be going from thick to thin, right? Because that's what like Dylan's hairbrush and stuff like that does. I know. Steve, where are you? Let me see if I can ping him on Facebook. Hold on a second. I don't know. He's probably off doing something else. Obi Steve Kenobi. That's what I call him sometimes. Oh well. Yeah, so that particular brush probably doesn't work with the thick to thin for some reason. I don't know. Let's see, is that particular brush manually resized? I don't know. I'll have to ask. That's a good question. I don't use that curved tubes brush that often. You've been trying to improve your renders in Keyshot. No, Keyshot. I can talk about Keyshot because they're partnered with Pixelogic, so that's not a problem. It's just competing programs I don't talk about. So is it possible to contact you somewhere else? Yes and no. I'm usually pretty swamped with stuff, but possibly like Facebook or something, or my email is shane.olson@3dcharacterworkshop.com. You can try that. But in my course, I have a lesson that covers Keyshot and how best to set it up to get better renders out of it. Okay, let's get some. I just want to block out some hair really quick, just to kind of frame her face. Because there's two important things when you're doing a face: the eye shape and the face shape, like the surrounding shape around her face. So no, I appreciate it, Sumerian. I totally appreciate it. So thanks for looking out for me so Kyle doesn't get mad. Where's Kyle? Where's that guy? All right, so I think Pixelogic has kind of let us run free a little bit, because we're not the crazy loose cannons they thought we would be. Okay. There we go. Perfect. I'm gonna get in trouble here. I'm getting in trouble in another way. Random kisses. Okay, hold on. Split hidden. This is a sphere with lips. Okay, let's see. Split hidden. There we go. That's mo better. Yeah, Keyshot Bridge is, yeah, you can buy it through Pixelogic, so no worries, man. We're good. We're good. Alright. I'm going to turn on transparent so I can actually see how it's sitting on her head. Then I'm going to Z-remesh this a couple times as we go. It's going to look like garbage, but it's going to be fun. Alright. Perfect. She has such a high hairline too. It's funny. Yeah, keep the happy little hair, happy accident hair, right? Okay. Let's just see what happens if we Z-remesh it really low. This is a good tune. Need to find more tunes like this one. Yeah, one. Okay. Yep. Happy little accident. Let's get some of this hair color on here too. Whoa. So orange. Looks like some alien or something. Take me to your leader. Okay, turn off symmetry. I'm just gonna start. I have no hair, so I'm jealous of Bob Ross. 0 hair. Whoa. Too much. this show anymore? No, it's all cut off. I wanted to see how it resolved up there. Let me see if I have any other reference. Print it! Ship it! That's a joke in the gaming industry. Ship it. What did I do to my focus? There we go. My focal shift on my move brush got adjusted somehow. And my Z intensity. There we go. I'd go full Bob Ross if I had hair. Why not? There you go, red body. Perfect. I just kind of wanted to see how forward her hair is sitting. It's obviously not. Yeah. Symmetry on here. Stop peeking through, ear. Going over her shoulder. She doesn't need a neck, right? No neck. Wow, her neck is way back there. Alright. We gotta fix this. Alright. Regarding key shot, I've been trying to come up with a render booth where I can drop my models in and render them out. Background looks so bland. How can you add more interesting background? So yeah, I actually have a background that I use, that I set up, and it's basically you can choose it from 3 different things, right? You can do a color. You can choose just a color, and that's what I did for the Pirate Girl. I just used a color. Or you can use the HDR image that the lighting is coming from. I'm trying to think of the third one. Or you can use, gosh, maybe there's only 2. I thought it was I was just barely messing with it too. But those are the 2 I know of, a color and the HDR image. There's something else, I swear. Okay, I'm gonna try this trick. Man, her face is looking horrible from the side. We are smack dab right in the middle of the valley of the suck. It's looking so bad. It's like an alien. What's wrong with you, alien? I wanted to try the you guys tried this trick of this thing, transpose all selected subtools. So if I turn this on, and then I select, oh, not clip, come on. No. Okay, clip this. Yeah. I can move all this together. Look at that. So her head's not so far forward. I don't know why. There we go. That's better. Okay. Yeah. On the side, it's like, ooh, Okay, I use custom light geometry without a shader image. Actually, I have tried that, and no, it's not bad. It's just fine, but it's a little more difficult to tune that way if you're using actual lights and geometry, or geometry as lights. So that's my advice. Is oh geez, I'm gonna delete these. I don't want them. Those are the old eyelids. Oh, you don't know the black magic, Chris? So this is with 4R8. Yeah, there's no cheekbones really. Well, there's little. I'll get the face structure going on. We'll get it. We'll get there. We're just, like I said, we're just in the valley of the suck right now, so we got to climb our way out. Okay. I don't know how long I'm gonna go tonight either, but we'll see. I'm super tired. Wah. Okay, so it's this thing called transpose all selected subtools. It's part of the new gizmo, and basically the biggest request that Pixologic has is folders for subtools. Everybody wants to have these things in folders like you can have them in Photoshop, but that almost creates an entire rewrite of ZBrush. So instead, what they have is this thing, transpose all selected subtools. What that means is if you have this on, then you can move multiple subtools at once without collapsing them together and without using this T-pose mesh master thing. Okay, so that is what the magic is. I'm going to fast forward this song. Okay, let's try something else. All right. Glands. I don't know why it didn't let you type that. I had to approve that comment. is. Oh. Okay, I'm just looking at this shape right here, and I don't have it right now. Yeah, separate lashes. And her eyebrow will be separate as well. Okay, let me work on this side profile. The profile is going to be... I need to find some reference of it, but... It's looking a little better. I'm going to try and pull this out. I'll show you how to do those, the lashes and the brows here in a bit. I'm going to try something with this nose. I'm just going to just kind of carry this down and around like this. Just to add a bit, just a tiny little hint of shape. And smooth it back out. Crazy because usually my my old machine would be crying by now, so this is good. Specs. I was mentioning them a little earlier today. It's a AMD Ryzen 1700, and I have a couple SLI graphics cards, or a couple cards on SLI, I guess. Yeah, there's no CPU warning, there's no fans screaming at me. Just you guys. No CPU fans. Okay, let's see what happens if I add a little edge. Let's crank that up. So why I like to do this is just see how it catches the light. You don't have to do it all the way down. And it helps if you turn lazy mouse on a little bit. You gotta keep it even. Okay. And it's funny with these eyelids, I'll accidentally smooth them away, then I'll have to redraw them again, smooth them away, redraw them again. But what it does is it kind of grounds that eye in there. So let's see. I'm not getting that socket like I want. Such a crazy eye. You need specifics? What? What is Lazy Mouse? Oh, so Lazy Mouse is, I guess I gotta read up the chat, not just the latest one, right? So Lazy Mouse is, I've described it like tying a piece of string to a rock and dragging the rock through sand. So if you just grab the rock and you try and make a nice circle in the sand, it's not as nice as if you would tie a rock to a string and then you drag the rock through the sand on the string. You get a much smoother, cleaner result. And that's essentially what Lazy Mouse is. It's like dragging your brush by a string. So it's right here on my interface. See this Lazy Mouse? You can turn it on with L. And this, yeah, and this lazy radius is the length of the string, essentially. So you can see it when I, oh come on. You can't put it on move. It doesn't work with move like pinch. So let's turn this radius up and start to drag it. See that? And the 27, 28 and those numbers, that's your angle. So it has angle snap too. So it's basically like you're dragging your brush. It just helps, especially if you have a tablet instead of a Cintiq. It helps a lot. So, okay. So how important will you say is neat topology? I don't really understand topology and geometry that much. I'm worried it could hold you back besides your lack of skill also. Okay, so topology is the second half of the job, honestly. If you're going to be working professionally, you probably won't get a job if you just have nice renders. Nice renders of high-res sculpts. That will not get you hired unless you're trying to get hired doing illustration or something like that. A company will want you to produce a final asset, right? So they're not hiring you to make a nice, pretty high-res model. That's not all, anyway. That's part of it, but it's not all of it. So you really need to learn how to do nice topology that it can be deformable, and that means nice, even, typically done by hand topology. So I'm going to spend some time on this ear really quick. Yeah, you can't just do a Z remesh and hand that off to a rigger because they'll probably kill you in your sleep. Just saying. Alright, what is going on? Okay. Your scopes are already deformed. That needs like a drum hit. Yeah, you'll definitely want to retopologize it by hand if you're going to be doing any work for a real company. Yeah, well, not to push my course again, but I cover how to do topology in my course. 3D Character Workshop, if you want to check that out. There's a whole section on how to make game characters. Yeah, it's closed right now. I'm going to be opening it this month. So, as long as you're on my newsletter, you'll be notified. I want to open it in just a few weeks, in the month of August. That's my goal anyway. I'm just updating a couple lessons right now. As soon as I get that done, I have one left to do. Then after I'm done with that, I'll open it back up. For a limited time. Can't get too many people in there. Tickles, I usually don't like to mention price, because if somebody watches this back later and I've changed the price, then they'll be like, hey, in the stream you said it was this and it's not this. All I can say is it's compatible with other courses like it, so it's around the same cost as like Mold 3D or some of the Gnomon stuff, or UArtsy, things like that. So it's not a Gumroad tutorial, it's a full course. And there's a closed Facebook group, a private Facebook group, where I give light mentoring. Yeah, I always dodge this question. Because it's also, I can't just, you gotta see the value before I throw the price. Because if I tell you price, that's all you'll think about. You'll be just like, I can't do that. Blah, blah, blah. You need to know what you're buying first, you know? Yeah, I'll be doing it in the future for sure. I'll probably be opening it every so often, you know, just when I can manage it. I just let kind of groups in at a time. And I do it full time now, so that's what I do. So I can give my students the attention, and I can keep the course updated and stuff like that. So comes up every episode. You're right. You're right. It's true. How much is it? Yeah, so yeah, as I'm adding value, I will increase the price for sure, because I plan on adding a lot, because like I said, it's all I do. And I don't know if any of my students are in here right now, but I add interviews with industry professionals, and I have a whole bunch lined up. And I add new lessons all the time. I'm updating it all the time. Like with the new 4R8 stuff, that's what I'm doing, is I'm updating some of the lessons. And then I also see where students are struggling, and then I'll update the lessons to reflect that. Okay, I need to make this hair actually look like hair on the inside. And I am giving a, I'm going to the ZBrush Summit. Pixelogic has invited me down, and I'm going to be doing a workshop, a live workshop there. So if you're interested in that, the details should be going on their website pretty soon, as far as what's involved with that. I did a workshop with Matt Thorpe last, like, a couple years ago. Has it been 3 years? And I met some awesome people there that have become some good friends. I love the ZBrush Summit. It's like Christmas for me. Comes once a year. Yeah, Tickles, I don't want you to don't break the bank or go into debt for it, you know. So, but it's up to you. Don't want people to strap themselves. But it's not like a school loan either, you know. That's kind of what I was going for, is give you the education, or at least some of the education you need to at least get a job in the industry without going into crazy debt like school. Okay, I'm gonna save this. Alright. So you're going for the top image or the bottom, or the mix of the two? So the bottom one is, I'll do the bottom one expression, but I'm trying to hit her face in the film itself first. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. That's the goal, the current goal. So I will bring her expression into it, but I feel like Jessica's really hard to get on model, it's called, which is look like her. And I really like this drawing, but I think her face is just a little bit off model, just a little bit. Just like my model is a lot off model. So I'm gonna need to work at it to get it there. So let's see. Oh yeah, Haz, you gotta come say hello. Let's see. What would be the issue not being able to delete a multi-edge loop on a 4-side poly cube? So delete a Swifty, I'm trying to figure out your question there. So you can't delete. Are you trying to delete multiple edges? 4-sided poly cube. So here, I'm just going to throw a cube on here. Select this cube split. Rake. This looks awesome, right, Devil Girl? So if you have a cube like this, are you just trying to delete this? Like, whoa. I hope it's not going to crash. I just clicked on insert multi-mesh on this thing. Might crash it. Oh, it did it. Okay, hold on. I'm killing it here. Let me yes, I did save just now. It's true. Okay, I'm going to split hidden. This is going to look weirder and weirder. Okay, here we go. Solo this. Okay. So delete. Are you doing this? Delete edge loop complete. And then if you click on this guy, boom. Is it not doing that? There's an issue with the closing of two edges, so that's not what you're trying to do. Delete. Are you trying to delete? Whoa. Are you trying to collapse a loop? Because what you can do there too is like if you select a vertice like this, you can do stitch, and then you can pick to endpoint, midpoint, or start point. So if it's to endpoint and you click on one and you click on another one, it'll stitch it like that. So you can do it manually if that's what you're trying to do. Just stitch it. If there's an open hole though, it might not do it. Just slanted like a corner. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to see it like in person. Maybe send me a screenshot or something to shane.olson@3dcharacterworkshop.com and I'll take a look if I have time. Because I'd have to see it, what you're actually talking about. Sorry, man. I'm trying to understand. I'm a visual dude. One corner had a bevel on it. Okay, I'm gonna try something. I just want to add some fake ambient occlusion to these lips a little bit, because it'd be fun. Even though they're super low res. Why not? I'm in a weird mood. Make them look even bigger. Okay, I'm gonna pull up some more reference. I gotta look at some of these other ones here. Of course it's not letting me do it. What? It's almost the same. Ah, okay. Honestly, I would delete all of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, those faces, and use the bridge tool to bridge them back into place. If that makes sense. Do you know how to use the bridge? It's just under edge. Bridge two edges together. You can do it that way. But just delete those weird little triangles that you made. And it shouldn't be a problem to get that fixed up. Yeah, it is looking cool, for sure. Okay, let's see. Man, it's so weird. Okay. Let's see. I'm just looking at this. That's off model too. So hard to find a good one. It looks like her eyebrow's just riding on the surface of her head. Yeah, just glorified problem solving. That is the truth. Try this. That was what Joe was saying the other day. Sorry, I've been working on this head the whole time. It's quite the puzzle. I'll pull this hair down. This will help. This will help. She's looking bald. Swifty, yeah, that's it's not a full-on, like fully, because Substance is a course into itself, right? But I do want to cover some of it, like the basics, you know, and that is on the plans, or in the plans, I guess, way to say it. Just I don't know how soon. But I would like to do a full course on that, and that would be a different course. That would be a whole different thing because of how deep it is. Hair a little bit more. The Substance is a lot of fun. I like that. Texturing. It's all about texturing in that program. This playlist is this is Joe Pickup's playlist. I think you can look him up on Spotify, and it's good because it's all royalty-free playlist, so I can play it while I stream without getting into trouble. So thanks, Joe. Let's see. Kappa Ross. Do you have? Let's see. I don't even know that. How do you get that Ross to come up? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, let's see. It's P-I-K-O-P. That's how you spell his last name. Yeah, it was. It was just a sphere. Okay, I'm going to try and fix this dang profile. Let's see if I can find something that shows it. Some more reference. So tough. I'm actually looking at other modelers. Like somebody did a Jessica Rabbit for Sideshow, I think it was, and it's just, yeah, it's just crazy. I've never had this kind of challenge before, honestly. So it's good. Let's scope this nose in more. I'll probably leave it separate, the head. Yeah. Do you work on the topology for my personal projects? I typically don't. I don't make a game model if I'm doing personal projects. I just like the high resolution, nicely rendered sculpts. Man, this is horrible. Horrible! Let's fix this. Let's see. It's those lips. Let's see if we can hide those things and fix this. Gosh. Don't look. Just gotta find her chin, basically. Find her jawline. If it was a game model, would I connect it? I would at the low resolution. When I'm doing the actual low resolution mesh, I would. But I typically will separate them. And the reason why is because each subtool has a polygon limit. And the file has its own limit, the entire file. But I typically like to dynamesh things down to, or up to, about between 1.5 and 3 million. And if the head is connected to the body, that head is also included in that budget of 1.5 to 3 million, right? So right now, her head is at 1 million right here. And her body is, looks like it's at well, I haven't re-dynameshed it yet, but that should be sitting around 1.5 million to 3 million eventually when I get it there. So it just allows for more geometry and a better performing file if you separate out your parts. It's really difficult to do when you have an animal where the animal is all connected, but if it's like a dog or something and it has a collar, I'll cut the neck at the collar and put them in 2 separate subtools so I can work them separately, so I can get a bigger budget, if that makes sense. Yeah, there won't be a body under the dress if there was an actual game model. That's right. I don't know what is going on with my pinch brush is all being weird tonight. Going crazy with the flutes. Should be right here. And then the bottom of her lips. Chin. So hard. Such a puzzle. Such a puzzle. Yeah, honestly, the only reason I separate is for poly budget. That's it. That's the only reason. No other reason. Just smoothing this out so I can kind of find a jawline there. See that? Yeah, see this? And you also want to look at it from the top. And see this OBJ shadow over here? That is the object shadow. And see how it's really dark down in here and you can't tell what's happening? I just turn that down and it goes away. Now I can see what's going on. but you got to be careful because then it doesn't show the volume flow of your surface as much, but it'll let you look underneath places that were previously darker before like that. So lighten it up a little bit. And you can find that under, I think, render properties. I'm trying to remember where that's at. Anyway, it's under rendering somewhere. Mr. Bumpy. Mr. Lumpy and Bumpy. Let's see this pinch brush. Ah, there, it's gone. Okay. Let's hide that hair. Just kind of look at it. Do some bigger moves. Sometimes that hair can throw you off a little bit. I'll show you how you can rework the surface completely if you get to a situation like this. See all those lumps and bumps now? And I want to clean it up. Well, it's taken me forever to try and smooth, even with Smooth Stronger. So what I can do is I can duplicate this. This is the lesson I'm working on right now for my students. Squishington. Okay, so yeah, Dynamesh and Z-remeshing several times. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to duplicate it, then I'm going to Z-remesh this, and I'm going to do it to some hot flute music. So I'm setting Z-remesher to 1, just to kind of see what it's going to give me. Yeah, see, this profile is horrible right here. This is okay. Crazy with that flute. I understand, like, rocking out with a electric guitar, but like, how do you do the flute? Mr. Honey Bear, I can't, as an admin, that's hilarious, but I can't put it through. Oh my goodness. You and me both. Alright, we're just gonna leave it at that. Okay, here we go. So, it's okay. It's gonna work. So now I only want what I'm going to project, which is the head. Up the high and the low. Flute can't be denied. Let's project it just to snap it. Yes, project the poly paint. Okay. Oh yeah, the remix. Project. Jethro Tull. Some hot flute action. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now that we have that, so you can't really tell the difference between this one and this one, right? No difference. So there is a difference. This one has subdivision levels. 5 of them, actually. So now I'm going to get rid of the other one that doesn't. So it's no longer a Dynamesh. It's a mesh with subdivision levels. That now I can go down in subdivision levels and smooth it quicker. But I better turn my smooth down because it'll really smooth it quicker. There we go. And that is how you can clean stuff up that is lumpy. See, when I go back up, see that? See that where it used to be lumpy? try and pull this in. This eye socket. Sometimes that'll help. I don't know about this remix. I can see why it's copyright free. What are you doing to my Daft Punk, you guys? Oh, too much. Dr. Jones a lot. Pics on my ArtStation. Did I render them in ZBrush, Keyshot, or something else? They are all rendered in Keyshot. Thanks for the question. The only one that's not is the orange and white girl. There's one in there. Well, she is rendered in Keyshot, but there's one in there that's rendered in Marmoset as well.
Are you my oldest
Turn.
listening to me since the early 2000s, or my newest, or somewhere in between? Send me a mail, gaff@gaffemery.com. We'll read the best out next week. In a few minutes, Protoculture and
That's
Johnny
bad.
Yono with Luna. But first up, OB with House Music is back, right here on Electric for Life.
Love Keyshot. I'm rendering the Pirate Girl. If you guys have caught my other streams, I'm rendering that Pirate Girl in Keyshot as well. Do you guys want to see it? I'll just pull it in here as a reference. Let's see if I can. Okay, it's probably huge. There you go. The render. Oh, let me turn the intensity up. It's doing some weird. There we go. Let's see, it's crawling in there. There we go. So, oops. There's the boots and the little squid guy. Got him all posed up and yeah. So the lighting, I have a blue light coming in from the left and orange light on the right. And the only thing I painted in Photoshop are the little highlights on her eyes. That's it. So, thanks guys. Yeah, that was intentional to make her look like the concept, lighting it up that way. But this is my submission for the ZBrush Summit Gallery. I'm gonna try to get in that. So that should be, this should be going up on ArtStation soon. So anyway, whoa. Okay, what happened? Scale it. Oh, grab the other one? Why did it do that? There we go. Sometimes this little ring thing is weird. You thought that was the art? Thanks, man. I'll take that as a compliment, for sure. Yeah, Johannes loved it. He loved it, and I know I'm saying his name wrong. But the original artist guy, bless his soul, he loved it. That's all I could ask for. He gave me a little feedback. He said if I was to change or get critique from him for anything would be for the hair. The volume was a little low. So come on, am I on the hair? Okay. Let's see. So you're doing a workshop at the ZBrush Summit? Yes, I am. I am. Just still trying to get this, say the chin is curving, goes down and that curves in really fast. Need to polish that out. Yeah, I'm not sure when the details on that workshop are coming out yet. There you go, that's looking better. The reference girl is Jessica Rabbit. But it's just a different take on Jessica Rabbit. So, let's see here. So the original artist for this one that I'm following is Brian Kessinger. That's who did this original concept right here. I'm not sure who did this. This is from the film. This is just a screen grab from the film. That's what I'm trying to match here. Trying and failing. Shrink down the bridge of her nose. Oh, are you talking about the pirate girl? You're talking about this one. Thanks. Thanks, Pickles. Sometimes I'm gonna call you Pickles, sometimes Tickles. Okay, let me see. I'm going to do something crazy. And I'm going to shrink this eyeball. I'm going to use this little trick and select this. The trick I was showing you guys earlier, the gosh, those eyelids, look at those horrible things. The trick where you grab two objects and move them, you can also do that with just whatever's visible. So these two things are visible, this is turned on, I can move them together like this. Or I can scale them together. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to scale them in this direction. It's going to be weird, but I'll fix them later. Just because her eyes are so bizarre. Okay, I gotta change this music. Some are good, some are not so good. Okay. Sorry it's not the most entertaining stuff tonight. Just trying to work through it. Yeah, it'll be on the Pixelogic site. That's where you register for it. Okay, I'm going to do some other things here. I'm going to try and make the eyelashes really quick, just to get those going. So duplicate these, delete the lower, and draw them on. Yeah, I did. I totally did. They're gone. It's like one of the last things you got to do. Alright, this will be rudimentary there for a minute. Oh yeah, okay. See how this kind of went, the line kind of dipped underneath here? Let's see if I can catch it. No. Let's redraw that. Do it better. There. I don't know why that first one didn't work. Or that one. Why? There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. Once you have that, you can clean it up. And then just tap on the surface after you get your thickness. You have eyelashes. Delete hidden. Alright, Sumerian King. When am I streaming next? Next Tuesday. I'll see you again. Maybe. If you catch me. Thanks for dropping by, man. Best friends. Alright. I'm gonna crease this guy. You like Thursdays? I'm not getting as many people. There's only 51 here. Usually it's like in the 80s. There we go. Why am I streaming today? Because I missed Tuesday because of my son's birthday. When I say sons, that's plural. I have 2 sons. Yeah, quality over quantity. Yeah, I have 2 sons. They're on, one's on August 1st and one's on August 2nd. Their birthdays. So I was kind of slammed this week with birthdays. Went to the zoo today, so and we're going to my parents tomorrow. It's like birthday week. Crazy. It's fun. Alright, see ya, man. Actually, yeah, they do. They do get annoyed they have to share their birthday. I'm not gonna lie about that. And that kind of sucks. It does. But we try to make it as separate as possible. But it doesn't always work out, you know. But one's 15 and one's 12. Okay, let's go. Gotta be sultry. Sultry eyes. Okay. So these not get, there we go. Kick those up on the ends. This forehead's bugging me now. It's like too thick or something. Okay, let's get the eyebrows in there. Eyelids and or eyelashes and eyebrows, they add so much. So I like to get them in pretty soon, pretty early, I guess. Oh, okay, so let's duplicate this, delete lower, and draw those eyebrows on. Same way we did with the eyelashes. See, Dr. Jones, a lot Disney Infinity models you have on your art station, is that a special style for that Disney Infinity, or is it because they should work as models? Also, the sharpest edges around the nose and hair, is that style thing? Yeah, it's both a style thing and a way to show the shapes. So it's just a style we all worked on and came up with together as a team, and yeah, it was a huge team effort. And then we just kind of worked into it to find that style. It wasn't really defined by one person. It was driven by both the art director and the head concept lead. But yeah, we all just kind of worked at it to figure it out until we found some stuff that would work. Let's see. I want to do this one more time because I need it to go from thick to thin. Yeah, $3 at Walmart. It's a good deal. I should go get me some more. Yeah, those models ended up being both for the in-game and the toys themselves. Okay, let's rotate this around and check it out. Hidden. What's the hotkey you press to build the geometry from that? All you have to do is tap it. You just have to tap the surface of your object. And the thickness is determined by how big your brush is. You just tap it. That's one way. Or you can, if you put your brush down to draw size 0, or sorry, 1, and then you tap it, it'll do a single-sided surface. Then you can edit that some more, and then you can just use your Z-modeler brush to extrude those off of the faces there. But I only do that if I need some kind of a bevel, and I'll also use, excuse me, oh man, I'll also use poly loop or panel loops. Kind of often, I don't know what's going on. This panel loops, the extrude right here, it will actually use thickness, and then you can click on this bevel profile and it'll give you that bevel profile, so you can go from skinny to thick. So Ngu, where can you find the final results? It will be on this Twitch stream right after this, and it will also be on Pixelogic's YouTube channel. They'll put that up later on, so you can watch. And this is like the 14th episode I've done for Pixelogic. So I made a pirate girl, and that's the first 12 episodes, or that me making that pirate girl. So you can watch that as well. Tomorrow, the next day? Okay. Cool. I didn't know how soon they're on it. I'm just tapering it down by hand really quick because there's not that many points. Can you download it? I don't believe so, since it's on YouTube. I mean, yeah, it's just a YouTube video. Yeah, the Twitch ones go up. They're just there. Okay. Super thin eyebrows. Okay, let's show that hair again, just kind of see what it's looking like. Interesting. Just to grab the head instead of the brows. There we go. Oh. Yeah, they help a ton. And then you turn on these ugly lips. Then it kind of breaks everything. See if we can mess with these and get them looking better. Okay, see how bad they're hanging off the surface here. Let's, that's better. All right, man. Yeah, yeah. That would be great to meet in person. Just come up and say hello. I'm sure you'll catch my streams before that, but yeah, thanks for dropping by. She looks like she's mad. It's like, don't talk to me. Yeah, see ya. Have a good night. Alright. It's about time to wrap this up. I'm going to just kind of... Yeah. Botch plus. This is like Jessica Rabbit in her early 60s or something. I'm still beautiful. Oh, that's horrible. I'm horrible. It's gonna make me get in trouble. Let's see, duplicate. Delete lower. This is gonna be weird. Delete hidden. What I'm doing is I'm making a temporary iris. Just to kind of sit on the front of her eyeball. Okay. What did I do? Oh, goodness sakes. I turned on everything. There. This is just to help me get some. This is just to help me get some direction, some eye direction, and not be committed, I guess, to any kind of poly paint. All right, I gotta change this music. I can't handle super repetitive techno beats. Is it better to make separate irises? Yeah, it depends on what you're doing. Sometimes I'll actually cut the irises in like old school sculptures do, with the highlight and all that, with the make the iris a hole, or the pupil an actual hole that's like deep into the head. Hard to manage, you little iris. It's kind of fun. I did some freelance work for Playful. They did Lucky's Tale, and they have separate pupils, but with Disney Infinity we painted them all in. I think it just depends on the project. What the crap is this? Come on. Okay, I think she's actually starting to get somewhere. I don't know where. It's somewhere. Yeah, for sure. It's the hair is just it's just a block in right now. Just solid color. Everything's solid color right now except for the lips. But eventually she'll get all the gradient tones and everything put in. Get it warmed up. But welcome to the stream, VIP. It's almost over. I'm gonna be heading out here in about 2 minutes. Let's see. Just show up that body. Red suit. Yeah, I gotta dynamesh that neck into place. Hey Blance, yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for stopping by again. Always a pleasure. What's going on? Fix it. It's like alien. Yeah, thanks for dropping by. Chris, were you here the whole time? Thanks, man. I wonder how many people stick around for the duration. A lot of you were. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, it's good. Sculpting. Sculpt while listening. I'd love to do that as well. In around 10 minutes and learned a lot. No worries. So next week I'll be back to Tuesdays. So catch me Tuesday at, it'll be, what is it, 7 o'clock Pacific time? Okay, cool, Chris. Yeah. So I'll be back to my normal time next week. I don't have any birthdays. And then I'll be, like I said, I'll be at the ZBrush Summit this year, giving a workshop. And I give away this interface and my brushes for free on my website, which is 3dcharacterworkshop.com. And as always, I'd like to thank Pixelogic for having me. It's always a pleasure. And so thank you guys for putting up with my streaming rants and things. That's where the head started out. Crazy. Alright, you guys, until next time, you have a good night, and I'll catch you next week. Take care, have a good one.